happening, y'all. Long day, man. But we finally making it back for the most part. Y'all see the title. It's a copy and paste. Something about, the title's something about, leave him with the bitches that he thought he wanted. Bet he be sick to his stomach or whatever the case. But on my YouTube, I'm going to call this something about narcissistic people. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but this is the greatest mistake that people make when it comes to this shit. It's thinking that a narcissistic person gives a fuck about you. That's your biggest mistake. And that's one of the biggest kryptonites of to why people can't leave narcissistic people alone or move on. Number one, you shouldn't give no flying fuck what they feel about you. That's the biggest issue, because that keeps you kind of attached to that person, thinking, well, man, they care about me. You know, you ever break up with somebody and you mad and shit, you trying to leave them alone and shit, but then you start thinking that they care about you and shit. You start thinking about shit you done with a person or some shit. And by you thinking that they care about you, you give right back in or you go back to them and shit. But in the reality, they don't really give a fuck, man. If they did, it would have never came to what it came to. You think that these dudes are going to be suffering and crying because they left you alone? Because maybe they convinced you that they like you so much. But if they liked you so much, why the fuck did they leave you alone? Or why the fuck are they, what did that post say? Why are they wanting some other bitches? If they like you so much, why they want them? It doesn't make sense. It makes zero sense. I used to think the same thing. Well, if she leave a good guy like me, dog, she gonna be sick. Look at them other men. And maybe she will be. But the point is this, if she cared so fucking much, she would have never left in the first place, or she never would have dealt with this one or that one or whatever. Stop thinking that these narcissistic people care about y'all, man. This is what they're going to do when they come back to y'all. When they come back after it don't work out with whoever, or, yeah, let me say that for a second. They're going to come back and try to get you back and convince that they like you. This is what they do. And as long as you bite on it, they're going to keep doing it. It's like a revolving door. They'll keep doing it. Because you are a safety net for them. You are a supply for them. Narcissistic people do not look at it as, damn, I lost this great woman, I'm about to cry for 10 months. That's not what narcissistic people do, man. Narcissistic people look at people as supply. Plain and simple. I know it's fucked up, and I know it's hard to believe that some people actually just look at people as supply. But narcissistic people look at you as supply. So they're not going to be crying in no fucking car. They're not going to be sick over this or that. All they're going to do is replace you with another woman or man. These are facts. It don't matter how good of a woman or man you are, because that's not how narcissistic people look at it. They look at it as supply. What can you do for me? Period. It's not about, this is a great woman, I better stick with her. I want to fuck this. It ain't about that with them. It's all about supply, man. And y'all keep convincing yourselves and letting these people convince you that they really care, but it's obvious that they don't, man. They just don't care, man. This is why I really believe, that my last ex would come back if she probably sees my videos because of YouTube and shit. But I guarantee you, if she didn't think I was smart and was hip to narcissistic bullshit and all that shit now, she probably would have been to try to come back. Even more than before. But once you catch on to that shit, you put a stop to it, and you realize that they just don't care. They convinced you that they did care, and in your mind, sometimes you think that they do, and that's why you go back to those feelings or want them back or miss them or whatever. The reality is they don't care, man. That's the reality. I can sit here and say, man, well, she gonna learn, dog. She gonna miss me because she didn't text me back, and I'm gonna teach her a lesson. That girl don't give no fuck. I'm talking about, just say I'm talking to a girl or something. You know what I mean? I'm gonna block her. She gonna learn. Man, that girl talked to the next guy anyway. You was just a supply, man. She don't fucking care, man. Period. These people don't care about you, and you gotta accept that. sometimes in y'all ego get in y'all way. Y'all just can't accept it. Like, man, they don't care about me. But fuck that. I don't want to accept the reality that they don't care about me. But you should accept that reality that they don't care about you, so you can leave them alone and stop getting caught in this fantasy of, man, maybe something's with them, or I like them, or this or that. It gets you caught up in it. But if you look at it as, man, they really don't fuck with me like that, you stop liking the person. You stop falling into that fantasy of these feelings and all this other bullshit, man. Because that's what it all is, man. The narcissistic person has convinced you that they care, and you have convinced yourself that they care. The devil has convinced you that they care, and it's a fucking revolving door over and over until you put a stop to it. I know a woman right now that there's just no way that she doesn't see it. Like, there's no way you don't see this. But anyway, I just want to let y'all know that just imagine, if you're a woman watching, just imagine this. You saying he gonna be missing you and crying in the car and all this shit, right? Well, just imagine how it is when you listen to your female friends talk about men that they don't care about. Like, hi, girl, look at, he was calling me, girl. I left him on red. I was fucking another nigga that night. Ha, ha, ha. How they play games with him. What do you think dudes do? What do you think dudes do, man? They doing the same fucking thing, man. Why you thinking that they punished and they care and they hurt, man? They don't give no fuck, man. They just don't give a fuck, man. And it's better off for you to accept this shit. The reason why a lot of y'all have a problem with accepting that someone don't care is because in your mind you think it means that you're not good enough and all this other shit. Maybe you aren't good enough for them, but that don't mean that you're not good enough in reality. Just because you're not good enough for them don't mean that you're not good enough in reality. You might be way better than any man or woman they like. They just don't think that for whatever reason, and that's fine. But to keep thinking that, you know, I'm a good woman or a good man, and all these other women and men are gonna do them dirty and shit, that don't matter. If they like them other guys or girls better, it don't matter. Think about it. Think about how many people get done dirty out here, right? How many people who get done dirty out here by people and they still love them and still fuck with them. So it don't matter, man. Stop that bullshit. I refuse to say, you know what, I'm a good dude, and you go out there and fuck with them, you're going to regret this shit one day. Yeah, maybe she will, but until then, she doesn't give a fuck about if I don't talk to her or not. A lot of men be like, don't talk to him, ignore him, and she'll miss you, dog. And man, that girl don't give no fuck about you. And the dudes don't either, man. That's what I'm trying to tell a lot of the women who making these posts. This is not my post. This is a copy and paste. Like, these dudes are not going to give a fuck. If they dealing with other women, they are not going to care about some woman who cared about them or some shit. Or just because you cared about them, that's not going to stop them from moving the way they move. If they want to deal with multiple women, that's what the fuck they going to do. They not going to be crying in no car because you're a good woman and they going to miss you one day because they got burned by some hoes. That shit don't fucking matter. Because what if them hoes to them is better than you are? Doesn't mean that they are, but what if they are? Let me put it like this. Say it's a 500-pound good woman and the man leaves her for a model. And the model treats him like shit and everything. Do you really think the man really gonna regret that? I highly doubt it. I highly fucking doubt it. You know what I mean? But I say this to protect people who think that these people care about y'all. That's the main point of this video, woman or man. Like, y'all think that because you're a good woman or man to somebody, that's going to give you some cool points and motherfuckers is going to miss you and all. Like, even as friends, even friendships, you be like, man, I was a good friend of that motherfucker, dog. He going to regret me one day. Not really, because narcissistic people move by supply. They don't care about people. Narcissistic people do not care about people. They don't. So when you're dealing with, let's say I'm dealing with a narcissistic chick. She don't give a fuck what men are texting her. What can you do for me? That's all she cares about. It's not about you being this great man, whatever. That doesn't matter to a narcissistic person. It's about the supply. Are you supplying me? If not, then I'm on to the next one. That's why they can move on to the next one. If you're not a narcissistic person, and you care about somebody, the reason why you're hurt, hold on. The reason why you're hurt because you care about that person. A narcissistic person don't care about people. They care about supply. So it doesn't matter if it's coming from Tom, Dick, or Harry. You know what I'm saying? They do not care, man. As long as they get their supply. Whatever that supply is, it could be sex, it could be money, it could be attention, it could be whatever. Whatever, man. Understand the difference between people who care about people and people who want supply from people. There's a big difference. So that's all I gotta say, y'all, man. Stop worrying about if these people care about y'all. They're gonna be hurt. They're gonna cry in the car and because I got the best pussy or I'm the best sex, I'm the best nigga, blah, blah, blah. That shit, why you think a lot of these dudes be good at these women? And guess what? These women still fuck with other dudes behind their backs. And not giving no fuck. You didn't do shit to the girl. She still fuck with somebody else. But you think one day she just gonna regret because you a good dude and the other guys don't give a fuck. Nah, because if she likes them better, it don't fucking matter. If she likes them better, it don't matter. So if he likes them girls better, or if he likes dealing with multiple women, or he wants to deal with new women all the time, he's not gonna care about you. I mean, he might miss it, like damn, she had a good head or something, but he don't care. He's on to the next. I've seen where men say, man, I miss my throat goat, but he don't give a fuck about her. He'll say it, I miss my throat goat, but in reality, he still don't care about her. So what the fuck does it matter? Narcissistic people might miss the supply that you gave them. They don't miss you. They don't miss you, man. And if you can get that through your mental, then you will stop thinking that they care. That's the thing that gets y'all. Y'all think narcissistic people care about you. Oh, my bad. I didn't text you for 2 weeks because, I don't know, I was just busy. In your mind, you're going to think, well, the narcissistic person actually cares and she was just reading her Bible at home. That's why she didn't do it. You know what I mean? But in reality, if you go by logical thinking, you know why she ain't text you in 2 weeks. You know exactly why. You know how narcissistic people move. They don't move like y'all. Y'all think everybody moving like y'all. When I say y'all, I mean good-hearted people. Y'all think everybody moving like y'all. Everybody not moving like y'all, man. But I know this. The narcissistic person is always going to try to come back. They always going to try to come back until you stop them. You have to say, I'm not letting you back. They're going to keep coming back. So if you think, well, why don't he leave? Why don't he leave me alone? He don't care. I wish you would just leave me alone. Leave me alone. You got to block this motherfucker. Or you got to block her if you're a dude watching. She's not going to leave you alone. As long as I can if I let my exes come back, I promise you they would. They would, and they would try to get whatever they can. It's not going to happen though. Especially now that I make videos and shit, they know that I know. You see what I mean? Before the video shit, they probably would have thought like, man, let me go back and try to run some game on this motherfucker again. But now I know the game, and the videos expose that I know the game. They don't have a shot. The mask has been pulled off. You know what I mean? They can't hide under that shit no more. Plus, once you know that they don't care, they can't act like they care anymore. Maybe they cared at some point, but they don't care anymore. They'll never make me believe that they care now. It's too late. You didn't show me too much that you didn't care. And that's what y'all get caught up on. When narcissistic people show you they don't care, you still fall back to the illusion that they do care, that you believed in the first place that was actually a lie. Because if they really cared, how did it come to this? How did it come to this if they really cared? It don't make sense, do it? It don't make sense, man. Ain't no way I care about a woman, but I'm putting my hands on her and I'm doing this and I'm fucking all these. No, man, it don't work that way. It don't work that way, man. Because if anything, before I put my hands on the woman, before I cheat on the woman and all this other shit, calling her out her name every day and shit, I'm just gonna leave because I care. See, the fact that I care, I don't want it to come to that. I don't want to go there with that woman because I care about the woman. So the only thing left to do is to leave. I wouldn't stay and cheat or hit her and all this shit. No, I'm just gonna leave. Unless I'm protecting myself or some shit like that, I'm leaving. Period. But yeah, man, they don't care about you, man. Just understand that shit, man. And this has helped me a lot when it comes to weeding out who's a good woman, who's not. By me understanding that there's a lot of narcissistic people who only want supply and they're not looking for love, it makes me understand like the difference between who's who. Because before, if you would have told me that, you know, some people, they only look for supply in people and that's why they fuck with them, I kind of would believe you to a certain extent, but not to the extent I believe it now. But like, nah, man, people ain't like that. Really? People really like that? Nah, I see it. Now I really believe it. Like, yeah, people are really like that. They really only fuck. Some people out here really only fuck with people for what they can get off the person. Period, point blank, man. It's not about love with them. It's not about love with them and building and sharing a life with somebody with them. It's all about the supply, man. It's all about the supply. A lot of y'all dudes, man, thinking these women miss you and they gonna regret this and that. Now, it depends on the woman. If a woman, for one, if a woman really love a man like that, she's probably not gonna be put in that position of the position of y'all thinking how these other women are moving. These other women are in these positions and moving how they're moving because they don't care about the men they are dealing with. Silent treatment, blocking her, none of that shit matters with a narcissistic person. So if you sitting back thinking, well, she gonna hit me back up one day, yeah, they might hit you back up one day, but only to see if they can run that game on you again. You thinking, oh, they learned their lesson, she back now, yeah, whatever, man. And you went into, he learned his lesson, he back, okay. He gonna be back to do the same shit that he did last time. And he gonna keep doing it over and over again. I used to be the same way though, you know what I'm saying? Thinking that they gonna learn their lesson and they gonna miss me and this and that, and they might. But that don't mean that they change who they are and how they move and how they think. And I'm not even gonna trust, even attempt to see if it is true. I'm not even gonna put myself in that position again, regardless. So that's another thing that a lot of people need to understand. Maybe they do, maybe they won't fuck up again. I doubt it, but let's just say maybe they wouldn't. Don't even put yourself in that position because you know they not, but let's just say that maybe they would. Don't put yourself in that position, man. These people, man, they don't care about you, man. I mean, after a couple times, I get it. You give people a chance. Everybody deserves a couple chances. Nobody want to just walk out on motherfuckers after they done been with them and shit like that. I mean, if you solid, you gonna go through some shit with somebody, but come on, man. After so long, you gotta say, you know what, I can't win. It is what it is. I've done everything I can to try to work this shit out. I can't. You gotta walk away, man. You gotta walk away. And the narcissist thinks they own you too. That's another thing. They think they own you. Not only do they think you supply, they think you're property. Not only do they think you're supply, they think you are property. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. To me, I understand that to the right woman, I'm a special guy. I'm this special guy that no other guy is. But to other women just who aren't right, who are just there, I'm just another dude, man. I'm just supplied to them for whatever reason. You know what I mean? And now that I understand that, that helps me decipher who the fuck is who. And that's how you decipher when it comes to men if you're a woman watching. If you're a man watching, I just told you. If you're a woman watching, really the same thing. Find out if you really are, if a dude trying to see if you're special to him or you just supply to him for some reason. And once you find out the truth, let's say you find out that you was just supplies to him. Don't go back to that bullshit that, oh, he gonna miss me, he gonna regret it and all that. Man, that shit don't matter. That shit don't matter. And 9 times out of 10, he's not gonna miss you. He's not, because you were supply. It was not about the person you are. See, the person you are, it can't be duplicated. It can only be found one way. It can only be found in one place, and that's you. But supplies, money, muscles, whatever the fuck people like, that can be found any fucking where. It can be found anywhere. As a man, I'm telling you, when I speak this, I know women, it applies to women vice versa. But as a man, I'm telling you, most women just see you as supplies, man. That's it. That's all you are. You're just like the next guy. So if you think you got her on lock and no man can have her and all this shit, if you're dealing with the wrong woman, you're wrong. You're dealing with the right woman, of course, because she like you for you. But if you're dealing with the wrong woman, yeah, right, dude. You're done. Same thing with your women. If he like you for you, you're good. If he like you for supply, pussy and all that, you're just like the next woman. He can replace you at any moment. Any moment. So there ain't no regret. You know, these dudes know exactly what they doing. These women know exactly what they doing. They know who they like and who they don't like. Some of y'all think that because you might be better for that woman or man than the other women or men are, you think that that's going to determine whether they like you or not. That's not the case. Motherfuckers know pizza and wings aren't as good for you as fucking broccoli, but they still gonna pick them damn pizza and wings, ain't they? Because that's what they want. So don't force these people to, let these people show what they want. Don't try to force them to like you. None of that. None of that. We ain't doing none of that over here because we want to be number one. And the only way to be number one, let that shit happen naturally. Ain't nobody about to force nothing. Ain't nobody doing no magic tricks. And most importantly, we don't give a fuck if you like us or not. That's the mentality you got to have. Because if not, it's going to get you caught up in the wrong motherfucker. Especially as a woman, because you have opportunity to deal with the man you like the most. It might not be the way you want it, but it's going to be sexual or something. It's going to be something. You know what I mean? You have that opportunity. So you got to be careful, man. Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. They don't care, man. They do not care. For your own sake and for your own good and for your own feelings and for you being able to see who they are for who they really are, you got to understand this shit. If you don't, you're going to go back into la-la land and believe that they are something that they aren't, and you're going to believe that they care about you the way they really don't, and all this other shit, all these other lies. They all lies, man. It's all lies. If it was the truth, you would not be in the situation that you're in to where you feel like, well, if he wants them women more, the women he thought, what that shit say? The bitches that he thought he wanted? Ain't that what it said? What you mean he thought? He knew exactly what he wanted. So now motherfuckers act like grown-ass women and men don't know what they want? Not in the sense of like what's good for them and shit. They probably don't know what they want. They probably lost. But I'm talking about like what they like or what they prefer. They know exactly what they want. They know what they doing. It sounds like a woman who let somebody fuck and then he's fucking other women too. Why? Because he wants multiple women. He doesn't want one woman. That's why he's fucked you and now he's fucking everybody else. Accept it and leave him alone. Stop trying to change him. Stop trying to say he's gonna miss you because you better than the hoes and all that. None of that shit, man. None of that. Because the same thing can happen with a man. You could be trying to be good, show the woman that you different than all the men and all this other shit, and then she still go fucking with them. I gotta let that ride. I can't be like, well, this and that and worrying about how she feeling, man, because she already know right from wrong. At the end of the day, the woman knows right from wrong. She is not a kid. So I'm not about to sit here and try to draw up some shit. Like, don't you see the difference between me and them? She knows. And she still wants that, so fuck it. Who cares? It's really about how you respond when they come back. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to come back. Because they're narcissistic and they look at people as supplies. So 9 times out of 10, they will be back. Now the question is, do you believe they back because they care, or you believe they back because they need that supply? or that supply that they thought, the supplies that they thought they had, is starting to dry up. And the only one they know they can depend on and the only one they know they could count on and depend on is you, because you always let them back in the damn door, man. I'm telling you, my ex, not the last ex, the ex before that, told me to my face, you're still stupid. Talking about the last ex. I'm thinking in my mind, nah, she ain't really running game on me like that. But now I see it. Now I see it. She was right. I thought she was maybe hating because I was with that one and not her no more. But she was right. She said it. You are still stupid. Meaning, you still don't see the game, dummy. She doing the same shit I was doing to you. I'm telling you, dog, I can't make this shit up, man. I cannot make this shit up. But that was before I started to really understand that there's narcissistic people and people use you for supply and all that other shit. Now I can see it. But yeah, she told me flat out. And she was completely right, man. Now that I look back on it, she was right. So, man, that's all I gotta say, man. I'm not saying you won't find somebody that really genuinely cares shit, but a lot of times, man, y'all gotta learn y'all gotta understand that just because you like somebody a lot and they portraying that they like you a lot and shit, it don't mean that they really do, man. Only time will tell, to be honest. But my thing is this: you really can't tell until time tells. But once you see it, stick with that. Once you see that, once they show you some shit, stick with it. Don't go back and lie, try to fix it. And nah, man. You seen dude fuck another girl. It is what it is. Stop trying to paint pictures and try to change the story of your love book. Nah, your love book, he was in the book. You thought, and the motherfucker did some bullshit in your love book. It is what it is. He's done. He's out the love book. He's not in the end of the story. He's not in the ending of the love book story. So it's time for him to go so you can find who he is. Same thing with you dudes, man. She did what she did. It is what it fucking is, man. Stop trying to go back and try to make it seem like you thought it was before and she is who you thought she was before and all this other shit, because that's not who she really is. A lot of people are in love with somebody who don't even exist, or they're in love with somebody they don't even know, meaning the person that they think they love and know ain't even who they really are. They haven't even seen the real person yet, or they seen it but they don't want to accept it. They'd rather go back to the La La Land person and act like what they seen isn't what they really seen. You know what I'm saying? Hey, nah, she's not a cheater, dog. She didn't cheat on me, man. That was just, I don't know, man. They just friends. They was just in the bedroom, just in there chilling. You know what I mean? Stupid ass shit like this, man. Stupid ass shit like this. They just a friend. I don't trust shit. I don't trust shit, man. I give people the benefit of the doubt to trust them and shit, but I don't fully trust nobody until I really feel until God allows me to trust that person 100%. Then that's when I'll do it. I'm not gonna force it. Like people be forcing trust and love and shit. Motherfucker, my husband and shit. Man, y'all know you know that it ain't like that. But you gonna try to force it and make it seem like that on Facebook, like you the happiest woman on earth, knowing he just fucked with another girl last week and shit. You know what I mean? Trying to force shit. Fuck that shit, man. Don't force shit. Fuck that shit. Let that shit happen naturally. I'm gonna let my trust for a woman happen naturally. To the point, I'm like, man, look, man. This girl, I can't help but to trust her. I can't help but to like her. You know what I mean? That type shit. Until then it is what it is. I'll leave y'all alone though, because I'm about to get back to this game shit. But they don't care, man. This is how I get caught up with a lot of my feelings, like if I'm dealing with a woman, how in my life, in my past and shit. Because I always think that they care, man. And that's what got me back, or let them come back. Because you have been conditioned to believe that they care so much for 3 years, 5 years. even though you just seen her in the bed with another guy, or that's her friend, but they just fucked and shit. But in your mind, you still think this girl cares. You know what I mean? Which makes you care about them. You thinking they care makes you care about them. That's the fucking problem. That's the biggest thing when it comes to this narcissistic bullshit. You thinking they care makes you care about them. It could be 3 months and you remember some shit they did that they was only doing to make you fall for them and shit. Oh, well, he does care. Remember when he bought my rose and all this and all that? Or remember when she did this and all that? But Twan, she swallowed everything and did all this and all that. She gotta care about me. No, she don't. She can suck and swallow the next motherfucker for her supply. You know what I mean? Like a lot of men, we get caught up in that. Like, man, surely she care about me, dog. Look what she did. Women don't just do that unless they really care about you. Okay, boo-boo, the fool. Believe what the fuck you want, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you that don't mean shit. It should. You would think, like, damn, if a woman did all that, she should care about me. But that ain't always the case. You would think as a woman, well, he spent $500 on a date, and he did this and he did that. Surely this motherfucker care about me. That ain't always the case. He could be providing you a car, a home, and all that, so he can have somebody locked down, and now you in the prison and shit. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, man. Actions ain't always the all be all. A lot of people say go by their actions and not their words. Well, their actions lie like a motherfucker too. The one thing that can't lie though is patterns and time. Time and patterns cannot lie. Actions and words can lie. I would go more with actions than words, of course, but actions can lie. The only reason why I say actions, I would trust actions more than words, is because they got to put more effort into actions than words. But trust and believe, a motherfucker can lie with his actions. That's why a lot of narcissistic people are able to convince y'all to allow them to come back, or able to convince y'all that they actually care about you. Because of the actions they did. They did shit, they did the slick shit to make you believe they care and shit. You know what I mean? It is what it is, people, but that's it, man. That's all I gotta say about it, man. If you believe they care, it makes you care about them. We are human. That's just the way it is. If you think a motherfucker fuck with you, like, man, he got love for me, she got love for me, I'm gonna fuck with them too. By default, you wanna fuck with motherfuckers that fuck with you. The thing is, the narcissistic person makes you believe that they fuck with you and they care, which makes you fall right in the line. It makes you fall right in line. Think about those movies that you be watching where the motherfucker turned out to be a killer and all this other shit. You know what I mean? He was the love of her life and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or the love of his life. And they turned out to be the killers and shit. Killed them and every fucking thing. That type shit. Motherfuckers turned out to be a whole different person, man. Be wary of motherfuckers who say they in love so quick and, you know, just treating you like you the best thing ever and you really ain't really deserved it technically like that yet. Gotta be aware of that type shit, man. Hey, I'm out, man.